Hello there, it's your Wisconsin wine guy, and I'm being joined by Jackie Schwartz from
Discover's Wine Concierge.
And we are taking the wine trail in Sheboygan County. I mean, this is fantastic. You know, we are at our second location. Our second location will be Armstrong Orchard and Winery. And what's pretty unique about this is that, I mean, it's in Wisconsin.
Right.
It's part of Sheboygan County.
Oh my gosh.
And they're making wines from both grapes and fruit, you know, and predominantly apple. And apple is probably the predominant fruit on the property here.
Yeah.
So I believe they had, like, was it 3,000?
Yeah, 3,000 trees.
3,000 trees, you know, several different varieties of apples here on the property. So they do different things, you know, like apple dishes, apple wines, and caramel apples, apple pie, you know, pick your apples. It is an apple orchard. You can come and pick some of the many different varietals of apples that they have here. You know, what is it? Honeycrisp is one of the favorite ones here, you know. Honeycrisp is our favorite here, you know. So again, it's Armstrong Orchard and Winery here in Campbellsport.
Yes.
Campbellsport, you know, right on the border. We're talking Sheboygan and Fond du Lac County, and we're gonna it's close enough. It's close to Sheboygan County.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so we're gonna start this wine tasting off and sample a few of the wines here, you know, with some of our friends, and maybe we can get a sneak peek and have the winery owners on the show here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always
So
fun.
so the two wines. First of all, we can see here a toast. You know, if you get a look at that logo here, you know, you can see the apple there, you know, apple orchard, you know. And so I guess ladies first, we'll start with Jackie. So Jackie, what are you sampling?
Yeah, so mine is called
the Flirt.
Okay, or Flirt.
Okay, the Flirt. And you know why you were busy talking with one of the owners? I got the information. It's a blend of Marquette, raspberry, and a little bit of brandy to it. You know, so here's something that's going to knock your socks off here. What'd you think? Oh, that was number one. Remember, on Wisconsin Wine Guide, we discovered we like to do a two-step tasting process. First step is a rinse. Second step is going to be the actual taste of the wine. See, my mouth is watering. Can't wait to taste mine. Okay. Now, she started with that wine first. You know, it's going to be like a sweet red, you know, very robust. So I'm going to go with the dry apple wine here. Now, very interesting about this. I mean, I visited Armstrong Apples before in the past, and the dry apple wine was one of my favorite wines, because for those who like Riesling, you know, or like dry Rieslings, you know, oftentimes you get some tropical or some citrus or apple characteristics to it. But here it is now. I'm going straight to the source, not the Riesling grape source, but I'm going straight to the apple source, where I can get that apple crispness, apple freshness, you know, and still be dry. So here we go here. Oh, very nice in the nose. I mean, just crisp. Check
out this pretzel back here too. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Oh, you can see it right there.
Yeah, it's
huge pretzel.
It looks delicious. It's a Bavarian pretzel. And they serve those here at Armstrong.
Now, fantastic. Again, crisp, refreshing, apple, you know, not Riesling that has a characteristic of apple, but apple, made from apple wine. And we have here one of the owners here in the house. Are you camera shy?
Not at all.
All right, he's not camera shy here. So Jackie, do the introductions here, gets you in here.
This is Jay.
Hi, how are you? Very nice to see everybody here. We're so fortunate to have some wonderful people looking at the winery today. So
beautiful, beautiful.
And we would welcome everyone to come out and see us. It's a wonderful drive in the Kettle Moraine area. We've got a lot of things for kids to do. We're an orchard and a winery, so yeah.
Well, we tried to give them some background. We like 3,000 trees.
Yeah, 3,000 trees, 1,000 of which are Honeycrisp.
Honeycrisp.
So all of our apple wines are made from Honeycrisp apples. We do a wonderful peach wine, pear wine. It's actually apple and pear. We do a really nice cranberry, apple cranberry. The cranberries by themselves are a bit tart, but blending with Honeycrisp apple wine turns out so nice.
Can't wait to try that as well.
Our blueberry is one of our best sellers. Our raspberry won a gold medal at the Minneapolis Co-Climate Competition.
Wow.
It's a dessert wine. So we do a nice raspberry, a nice chocolate raspberry.
Ooh.
And then we also bought a couple thousand pounds of Marquette grapes. So we have a really nice semi-sweet passion, which is Marquette. We have actually a rosé, which is the Marquette. And then we also do a Marquette with 20% raspberry and touch of brandy. So,
and which is the flirt. That's the one she's drinking now. Now I'm going to try that one next. You want to switch off? Oh, you got to do it. You got to do a good rinse there.
Jay, what's your favorite?
Oh my goodness! It really depends on the time of the year. Actually, in the fall, it becomes our candy apple and our harvest, because the candy apple has cinnamon in it, reminds you of apple pie, and then the harvest has additional fall spices, both made from Honeycrisp apples. But what's so much fun about those wines, they can certainly be served chilled, but they can also be served warmed up, and you can throw a cinnamon stick in there. So if it's a cool evening and you're out there on your deck or around a campfire, it just fits in so nice with fall.
Well, I have to say this, after trying the flirt, when I talked about, the blend you told me was Marquette, raspberry, a little bit of brandy, and I thought, okay, it's going to be kind of like a sweet type-ish wine, it's bold. None of that.
It's nice and smooth.
This is smooth, very well balanced. Now, you can't even taste the brandy.
I know.
You can't taste it at all. So, what's the alcohol percentage on this one?
Actually, they're probably all around 11.5%.
11.5%. Wow. So. I mean, this is a very nicely balanced wine here with those different blends that I mentioned to you. I mean, I'm blown away. And in fact, each time I come here, the very first few times I come here, one thing I noticed about how balanced the wines were.
Well, thank you so much.
And here it is, some time later since I've been here, and the wines still carry, I like to call it the winemaker's thumbprint. Still maintaining that balance. Nothing's over the top, nothing's down below, everything's just right there. There's not a lot of competition, but just nice, clean tasting wines.
Most of our wines are sweeter wines because we do fruit wines, and a lot of fun. I use a lot of fruit in the wines we make. We take a lot of time. My wife has the final say on how the wines taste. So if they're not right, she sends me back to
toast to the wife.
Make some small changes.
Well, I'm going to clarify something. I mean, there are sweet wines and there are sweet wines. Okay, hear this from your Wisconsin Wine Guide. Although the wines are labeled as sweet, balance. I want you to think sweet balance here. So don't be afraid. The Wisconsin Wine Guide, I drink all kind of wines. I want to say this to the people who are watching. Taste the wine. Because it says sweet, don't shy away from it. Taste it. You'll be surprised at what's in the glass. These are just simply descriptions of the wine, just to help give you a guide. But taste, taste, taste. Again, even though this is sweet, I just simply call it balanced.
It's not overwhelming.
Not overwhelming. Not overwhelming. Okay, so we're going to go to our next wine, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Welcome. So we're continuing our taste tour here at Armstrong Orchard and Winery. And I must say, Jackie, I'm going, as you heard from Jay earlier, they primarily do a lot with fruit wines, but they do some grape wines as well. Grapes grown here in Wisconsin. But I'm going to stick with since they're an apple orchard, I'm going to stick with the apple theme while you explore some of the other fruits and grapes, etc. And that's fair. So in my glass, I guess we should go ladies first. We started out that way. So ladies first. Jack, so what are you tasting on today, Jack?
I'm doing the peach.
The peach? Ah.
It smells just like peach.
Sweet peach. Very aromatic. And that's under the fruit wine category. So a little sweet, But again, about the Armstrong Orchard and Winery, their wines are nicely balanced. You throw that term sweet around. Do not want to get the wrong impression. Especially when it comes to Wisconsin wine as a whole. We're talking nice, balanced wine.
And as I was just telling Jay about, I'm not a big sweet wine drinker, but I love all of their wines because they're not. I guess the word used, they're all balanced.
Balanced, yes, nicely balanced. So this is peach she's drinking on. I can't wait to try that one myself. Well, actually, I'm going to try it afterwards. I'm going to do my apple first because I want to keep it the apple theme here. Although I did try the flirt, which was fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to go with the apple pear. Another dry wine again. Here it is again. Think about it. When people think about the Wisconsin wines and they say, "Oh, Wisconsin has a lot of fruit wines. There's a lot of fruity sweet wine." No. Fruit wines are just one of the different types of wines that we produce here, but it can go dry or sweet or dessert. All right, so here it is again, another dry, but it's a blend of apple and pear. Oh man, I mean, you get that honey crisp of the apples. You heard Jane, honey crisp of the apples that they use here. So you get that honey apple smell here. I had to find out later what kind of pear was used in this one. Oh man. Number one. Oh, just on the rinse. I'm gonna wait until I have the second taste.
To get the full flavor.
I mean, nice mouth-watering acidity again, which is most important. You know, makes you want to taste more of the wine. Apple, because it's an apple wine. Here's the surprising thing. You got apple, pear. You're thinking, okay, one of these is going to dominate the other.
And they don't.
That doesn't at all. You have apple coming in, the honey crisp apple coming in. It's nice, you know, fruitiness and apple sweetness to it. And then to finishes off with pear. You really get the essence of the pear. If I had to, for my drugs, I have to say, you know what? It got to be Bosque pear, but I don't know. But it's phenomenal. You definitely get that pear and apple. So it's not a competition thing going here, but just a nicely balanced wine, apple pear. I love my apple thing. You see that in your hand. And I'm going to try the peach now.
You talked me into it.
All right. Oh my God, that smells like peaches.
Yeah.
That smells like peaches for true. Now, I've had some peach wine that they tend to do the wine and let it be sweet. I mean, here's a wine, again, that has a dry finish. It's not killer peach. There's peach to it. You can tell it's peach, but it's not like killer peach. Like I'll grow tired of tasting this wine. Again, nicely chilled. This wine will be phenomenal.
Did you get the pear on the back end? Is that what you said?
Yeah, see, she's had too much wine. Yeah, pear on the back end.
Yeah,
pear on the back end.
Again, I was thinking, oh wow, she's like, there's kind of apple and then
Yes.
there's like just a slight pear.
I mean, again, two more phenomenal wines. The first wine that Jackie had was made with grape, you know, Marquette grape that was growing here, raspberry, which is great because you can smell the raspberry on the nose, and then it had a little bit of brandy on the finish. Only coming in 11% alcohol, nicely balanced. You know, when tasting that wine, you did get a little bit of the grape, the Marquette grape, and a little bit of the raspberry, just very nice. And now moving on, me continuing with the apple and pear, a dry apple and pear. I mean, I think apple dry has finally got knocked off the box, and apple and pear is probably going to be my favorite wine here from here. All right, and then having the peach wine. I mean, the peach, I think, is just all around fun wine, you know, for the summertime or for just any day on the patio. Very refreshing, you know.
Pour that over fruit.
Pour it over fruit,
Yeah.
you know, throw some seltzer water, carbonated water in there, you know, fizz it up, you know. So a very fun wine, you know. So we'll see you next time we sample the next wine.